This morning marked 60 years since the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. 4 little girls died in that blast. Their tragic death started a major change in the civil rights movement.
But for one woman, it was more than a moment in history. It changed her life, and she wasn't even born yet. CBS 17's Ron Carter joins us tonight with that story.
Her name is Lisa McNair, and her sister Denise McNair was one of the 4 girls who died at 10:22 Sunday morning on September 15th, 1963, which was, of course, 60 years ago today. She lost her life in that hate-filled church bombing in Birmingham. Birmingham, a city that saw so many bomb blasts between 1947 and 1965, it became known as Bombingham. The city of Birmingham, Alabama was established after the Civil War.
Many people came to Birmingham because of the opportunities that were there.
Historian Fred Hearn says people thought of it as a land of opportunity because of the iron ore, limestone, and the coal.
It was an industrial city where people could come, make a good living. Black people who were locked out of some of the opportunities that others had could still make a good living for themselves.
But with progress came pain. The contentious civil rights movement of the 1960s catapulted Birmingham into the national spotlight in the worst way.
A time in our history when things were changing rapidly. Almost every day we could see things changing right before our eyes.
On September 15th, 1963, the world saw the deadly effects of that change firsthand with the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church. At 10:22 that Sunday morning, explosives rocked the church. In the aftermath, 4 innocent lives were lost. Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, and Denise McNair, all killed in that blast. None of them older than 14 years old.
I think about that often, what it would have been like to get to know her.
Lisa McNair is Denise McNair's baby sister. She was born 1 year and 4 days after her sister's tragic murder. Every year, it's an emotional roller coaster.
It's 9/11, September 15th, and then my birthday.
Living with that kind of tragedy, she struggled as a child. Your whole life was essentially determined sort of before you were even born. How do you mentally deal with being in the shadow of a civil rights martyr that never even wanted to be a civil rights martyr?
Wow. Now it's very different. Growing up, it was this thing that just kind of hung over me that I didn't have any control over. And, I just wanted to be treated like a regular kid, just like everybody else.
It took some time and some years, but Lisa has embraced her destiny. She became a public speaker and has even written a book titled Dear Denise, Letters to a Sister I Never Knew.
It's a peek into what that was like, but also it's a peek into what it was like in our household and processing that grief that people haven't really heard about and people don't know.
Lisa's childhood also included integrating a private all-white school. Her book addresses the identity complexities that created. She is determined to keep the memory of her sister's short life alive, as well as all of the other girls, and that of her parents, their struggles, and most importantly, their triumphs. What do you want people to take away on this 60th anniversary about what happened in your family and this country?
I want people not to forget them. Don't forget the 4 girls. Don't forget September 15, 1963, because if we're not careful, if the people who are silent don't stand up and speak up for what's going wrong in this country now, we could repeat this history that I'm sure no one wants to repeat.
This morning at 10:22, church bells tolled across the city of Birmingham. It was the exact moment of that blast 60 years ago. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first African-American woman on the Supreme Court for the United States, spoke at the service this morning at the church. She said she felt in her spirit she had to come. Important to mention also, guys, that bombing, of course, contributed to the passage of the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
So much history in that story.
Yeah, so it's so important that we never forget, and those who weren't around then know about it.
Right.
Rod, thanks for that.